Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be doing an R&B type beat in the new FL Studio 20. Just came out. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to grab a grand piano, which can be found in packs and instruments. I don't know why people use FL keys over the direct wave grand piano. It's a lot better. So yeah, it took a minute or two to get these chords right. Just three chords, which are A sharp minor ninth, D sharp, and C minor seventh. Very R&B sounding chords. Using Alt S to strum it, humanize it. And almost there. That G shouldn't be as sharp. And by the way, the tempo of this song is 80, as you can see. It just felt right with these chords. So yeah, I think we could move on. Probably gonna throw this in the mixer. So yeah, just get in the habit of naming everything. Just makes things a lot easier. Gonna cut the highs out a bit. Add some resonance. And cut the lows a little bit. So yeah, I think we're ready for some drums. I'm just staying real basic with this. Gonna go with all the stock sounds, the stock 808 sounds. Grabbing a kick, snare, and gonna grab a perk. So yeah, since we're not in double time, the snare is just gonna go on the 2. Some double kicks. So yeah, I usually like to lay my snares down in the piano roll. I just find that it's visually a lot easier to do than in the channel rack. Changing the kick up a little bit. You hear this cowbell in a lot of tracks. So I'm just throwing the cowbell into the mixer, and I'm gonna put a delay on it just to spice up the rhythm a bit, the groove. Set it to ping pong mode. Put the wet down a bit. And just play with the time until you find a nice rhythm. Okay, so now that we got the piano and the drums down, I'm gonna start working on some lead sounds. I'm gonna go for a guitar in citrus. I'm going for like a call and response type of thing, just something to give the beat a little more life. I'm mainly using what guitarists call power chords, which is the root and the fifth. Although that last chord is not a power chord. I'm really not happy with the patch. The sound is not that great, but we'll fix that. I'm just trying to get these notes right. So I have the music down, but this preset is really not working. It sounds a bit out of key. Actually, sounds very out of key. We're gonna fix that. I'm gonna go back into Citrus and swap this sound out. Just gonna try a short synth type of thing. That's so much better. It's not a huge thing, but it definitely gives the song a little more life. So opening another instance of Citrus, and we're gonna work on a pad sound. I'm just sticking with presets. You could, if you want to make your own, if you're good with sound design, you can do that too. So with pads, I kind of just think of them as like the floor of the song. Something just to give it atmosphere and mood. I usually keep them pretty simple, but with this I'm hearing like an ascending type of thing, just to lift the song up and then bring it back down. You hear that a lot in R&B. And just take your time finding the right notes. You can use scales to help you, but it's usually pretty easy. If it sounds good, it's right. That's usually the method I go by. Okay, so this feels pretty good. Starting with that G sharp to the C sharp, back to the G sharp, and then like a major lift with the D to the G. Like I said, it kind of brings the song up. But I think I'm gonna swap out this preset. Just experimenting, trying different things that work. So when in doubt, if you're doing R&B, a lot of the times orchestral sounds tend to work, or real instrument sounds, pianos, keyboards, stuff like that. So I'm just going with this orchestral sound. So much like bass, I feel pads are more meant to be felt than heard. And like I said, just giving it atmosphere and mood, which I feel like this is doing pretty well. Okay, so now I'm gonna add yet another lead, and I feel like this one's really gonna bring the song to the next level. I'm using Harmless for this one. Kind of sounds like Bodak Yellow a little, this patch. I'm just doing a 2-note riff, C sharp to G sharp, and then C to G sharp. So for the second part of this, so bringing that G sharp down to a G, and then back up to G sharp. Then A sharp to G sharp. that's about it. I really like this riff of the song. It adds so much to it. So now, using one of my favorite stock plugins, GMS, I'm going to be putting down a bass. I'm just following the root note of the chords. Maybe add a little bit to it. Yeah, so I'm just following the root note. I'm adding a little more stuff to it. Getting text messages. So yeah, you can always use the Ghost MIDI to help you. With bass, I usually bring my velocity all the way up. If you have good subs, you'll really hear this. So as usual, I'm not too happy with the sound. Just trying different patches out. I'm just gonna make my own bass real quick. Go to presets library, user, default. Oscillator 1, I'm gonna go with a sine. And oscillator 2, putting in a smooth sub. Then I'm gonna bring it down 1 octave. Put a little distortion on it. It's way too much distortion, but we'll fix that. Just playing around with the pitch. Brought the sine down 2 octaves. And I'm gonna bring the smooth sub back up. And then I think that works. Alright, so now I'm just gonna quickly arrange this in song mode. Coloring stuff just to stay somewhat organized. Starting the song off with just the piano and slowly build up to everything. Control T makes markers. I usually like to put a marker for the chorus just so I know where I am. Okay, so you're probably wondering where the hell is the hi-hat. For some reason, sometimes, not all the time, I like to save hi-hats for the end. I don't know why. So going back into packs, legacy, hip hop, just finding a nice hi-hat. I think that works. Go back to my drum group. way too slow for this track. Just gonna change this to every 2 steps and then just work on some fills. Just wherever you hear them in your head. That's usually what I go by. There's no rules to this. So I think I found a good place for the hi-hat fills. And then every other bar, I'm just gonna do this thing where I pick it up. Yeah, so just go on every step. Okay, I laid some crashes down and I'm just looking for a riser right before the chorus. And my FL Studio comes with a couple of risers. I don't really think they're the best, but I'm trying to stay with the stock plugins and stock sounds. I'm gonna have to stretch this out a little. I think that works. Okay, I'm just mixing this really quick, labeling some stuff. Nothing too crazy, just a little EQ, reverb. Getting the levels right. Taking the reverb off the plugin. I like to use the Fruity Reverb instead. Yeah, I mean, I feel like most of mixing is just EQ and levels, panning. So I'm gonna make a quick drum bus just for the snare and the kick. Then I'm gonna send it to a compressor, get that New York style compression, mixing it in with the dry signal. An aux track for the reverb, I'm gonna send the hats, cowbell, and snare to, so all the drum sounds are living in one reverb. And when I'm done, it sounds like this.